I'm glad I was able to use this classroom for my cartoon Egghammer Storytime event today. I wonder who will be coming to it? Hello Cartoon Jake Hound, welcome to my Storytime event. Please take a seat.
Hello Cartoon Egghammer, I'm sorry I'm late but I ended up taking the scenic route here. I am going to sit down in the front row.
Hello Cartoon Norsley, welcome to my Storytime event. I'm glad you were able to make it. Please have a seat.
I will sit up in the front row in case I need to rush out of here to attend to a medical emergency. I think I will make myself comfortable sitting beside Cartoon Jake Hound.
Hello Cartoon Lulu Zulu, I'm glad you were able to stay awake long enough to be able to attend my event today. I'm sorry I do not have Parmesan garlic wings for you. Have a seat.
I'm going to sit behind Cartoon Jake Hound in case I fall asleep. This is just so I won't disturb your event with my incredibly loud snoring if my lack of sleep catches up with me.
Hello Cartoon CC Cash, it is great to see you at my Storytime event today. Cartoon Lulu Zulu wasn't sure if you would make it because he heard you went out canoeing earlier. Please have a seat.
I will sit beside Cartoon Lulu Zulu so I can punch him in the stomach. But really I'm just glad I was able to come to the event today.
Hello Cartoon Kelso, I'm glad you were able to make it down to attend the Storytime event today. Please have a seat.
Hello Cartoon Egghammer, I'm glad I was able to come down for the event as well. The drive down from Hamilton wasn't bad at all. I will sit up front beside the tall guy.
Hello Cartoon Kelso, I am Cartoon Norsley. It is nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you as well.
We'll wait just a couple more minutes before we get started, to see if anyone else will arrive. Welcome to the Storytime event Cartoon London Westie, you made it just in time. I was about to go lock the doors, so we could get started. Please have a seat.
I was running late from one of my other events, but I couldn't miss this one. I'm glad I was able to make it in time.
Alright, it looks like we have everyone here. I will go lock the doors so we can get started. Thank you for coming everyone. Today I will talk about different caches. Do you have any topics that you would like me to discuss? Yes, Cartoon Kelso. What would you like me to talk about?
What if you talked about the caches that you really want to get, that you don't have yet?
That's an excellent suggestion for a topic, Cartoon Kelso. Does anyone else have anything they would like to hear me talk about? Yes, Cartoon Lulu Zulu. What would you like to hear me talk about?
What if you told us some stories of some of the favorite caches that you have found?
Cartoon Egghammer, I would love to hear you talk about both of these topics.
Me too.
Me 3.
Me 4.
You guys are all too funny. Okay, let's settle down now, and what I'll do is talk about 3 caches that I really want to get, and I'll tell you about 3 of my favorite caches so far. One cache that I would really love to get is Mission 4 Southern Bowl. For those who don't know, this is the last remaining Project 8 cache in the world, and is located in Sao Paulo, Brazil. In 2001, 14 geocaches were placed in conjunction with 20th Century Fox to support the movie Planet of the Apes. Each geocache represented a fictional story in which scientists revealed an alternative primate evolution, or ape for short, These geocaches were made using specially marked ammo containers and contained an original prop from the movie. Okay, let me see. Another cache that I would really love to get is Mingo. Mingo is now the oldest geocache in the world and was the 7th ever created. It is located in Kansas and is only a little over 1,000 miles away from us. If anyone wants to go on a road trip sometime, to go find it, count me in. Let me think of one more cache that I would really like to get. Ooh, I got it. I would love to be able to find rainbow hydrothermal vents someday. For those of you who don't know, this cache is at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean and was placed using a Russian Mir submersible. The cache is at the seafloor and was placed while the cache owner was on a scientific research mission. The cache was placed on July 19, 2002 and currently has 0 finds. I think if I found this one, I would dance like there's no tomorrow. Alright, let me try and think of some of my favorite caches that I've found. I've found some of my favorites with all of you at some point, or they were your caches. This is going to be tricky. But I think I was able to come up with 3 unique ones. One of my favorites would be Bernie's traveling geocache. After being unable to attend an event the previous week where this traveling geocache was, I was glad that it was making an appearance at Harvest Fest 2010. Since I would be attending that event. So I was able to log my find for that one, and I was glad to have logged one of the few traveling geocaches left. For those who would like to find this cache, but haven't had the opportunity to find it yet, it is currently in Quebec at North 45, 33.455. West 073, 48.030. Alright, the next cache is also a traveling geocache. When I found it, I didn't even know it was a traveling cache until I got home. I had found it while at a mega event in Ohio. The name of that cache is 50 State Traveler. That was only the 2nd traveling cache that I have ever found, which was pretty awesome. Alright, I think the last favorite cache that I've found, that I will be talking about today at my Storytime event is Power Island. What can I say about that day? This trip came up very suddenly, but Cartoon Lulu Zulu, K&K, F-Backs, Bunyan Paul, Icky and myself had a goal of getting to 2,000 caches that day. We were going to leave London at 4:30 a.m. and I finally got to sleep at midnight, and I was planning on getting up at 3:30 a.m. to get ready, but unfortunately my dog woke me up at 2:30 a.m., wanting to go out to go to the bathroom, and luckily for me she ended up getting sprayed by a skunk. So I spent the last hour of sleep that I could have had, trying to get the skunk smell off of her, and ended up only getting 2.5 hours of sleep before we left. When we left London, it was pouring outside, the windshield wipers were going as fast as they could go, but you could still barely see the road. But the weather wasn't going to deter us from our mission today. We took 2 cars and got to the border by 6 a.m. Once we were in the States, the weather started to get much better, and it ended up being a perfectly beautiful day. We stopped along the way to pick up a few caches, and made sure to stop and get GC36 before we got to Traverse City. What a great spot for a cache. The car I was in was having trouble driving on the sandy road, and we almost got stuck a few times, but we were very glad to have found this August 2000 cache. We got to Traverse City at about noon and had a quick bite to eat before meeting up with Captain Mike, who is the captain of our charter. What a great guy and very entertaining. We quickly made our way to the first cache, and then were ready to make our journey to Power Island, our target cache of the day. We got to Ground Zero and Cartoon Lulu Zulu made the find. A few pictures were taken of the group of 6, and we were off to find the last cache on the island. We found it after a few minutes of searching. We followed the trails and made the journey back to the boat. We ended up getting back to the boat by 59 minutes. We talked with Fred, the caretaker of the island, and Captain Mike for a bit before heading back to land. Captain Mike took us the long way back, so we could see the area. What an amazing time.